of the psychology of money. And in today's review, we are going to be looking at chapter 9, which is titled Save Money. The only factor you can control generates one of the only things that matters. How wonderful. So, in this review, we are going to be talking about you saving money regardless of how much you earn, regardless of the level of your income, because it is easier than you think. And if you cultivate the habit of saving money, it can bring you the kind of freedom that you need in life, control over your time. It can bring you happiness and so many other things that you cannot even begin to imagine. So let me convince you to save money. It won't take long, but it is an old task, isn't it? Do people really need to be convinced to save money? I guess so. The author says he observes so as well. When you attain a certain level of income, or if we all attain a certain level of income, then we fall into three groups. The number one group are those who save money. The second group are those who don't think that they can save. They think that, oh, they earn too little, it's not even possible considering the kind of economy that we're going through right now. And the number three people are those who don't think that they need to save. They live for the moment, they spend for the moment. There is nothing worth saving for. But this chapter is about the last two. Those who do not think that they need to save and those who don't think that they can save. Right. The first idea, it is simple but easy to overlook, is that building wealth has little to do with your income or investment returns, but it has a lot to do with the rate at which you save. The author has rightly said it, that this sounds so easy that a lot of people would not even want to believe it. Like, you mean it's all about saving, not so much about your income or investment? I agree with this, because if you really cannot save, you may not graduate to the level of investment, right? And if you are not able to save when you earn so little, by the time you are earning so much, you still may not be able to save, because your expenses will always rise to match up with your income. If you are earning 100,000 naira now, you will see that you are able to still live your life. With that 100,000 naira, you are still happy. The moment you start earning 1 million naira, your taste is going to grow. You will see that, oh, the house where you live is not befitting. You want to move to a better area. Oh, now I need a car. Now my children need to go to another school. Oh, my clothes are not so good anymore. Your taste is going to rise if you are not disciplined, right? In the 1970s, the world looked like it was running out of fuel. The calculation wasn't hard. The global economy used a lot of fuel, and it looked as if there was going to be oil crisis. But thankfully, there was no oil crisis. Not because there was more production of oil or anything like that, but because the world advanced to the stage that there was now less reliance on oil. Cars, machines that were being produced are now being built to consume less oil or maybe less energy. Like these days, the days that we live in now, we'll talk about so many cars that are fuel efficient, so many gadgets that are energy efficient. We talk about things like AC, air conditioners that use less energy, or inverter fridge, inverter this, and all of that, solar this, solar that, so that the focus or reliance on oil, on energy, and all of these important elements are beginning to get reduced. The same is true with our money. Investment returns can make you rich. But whether an investment strategy will work, or how it will work, or how long it's going to take, will depend on a lot of factors in the market, right? So the results are shrouded in uncertainty. So when we talk about money, just like the analogy about oil, it is not about how much money you need. It now depends on how efficient you are with the little money that you think you have. And you're the one thinking that it is little. If you start managing your money well, You start thinking of ways to be more efficient with your money. In one of the previous chapters, we talked about frugality in becoming wealthy. If you want to be wealthy, you have to be frugal. That means you have to be conservative with how you spend. You don't spend lavishly. You have to be economical. You have to be calculative. When your children say, oh, I need a new school bag, you sit down, you look at the ones they currently have, or all the bags that are at home. If they can still make do of those ones, they are still in good condition, then they still carry it to school. That is frugality. Or maybe for yourself, every time your head is telling you you need new clothes, if you are not frugal, you keep buying clothes and accumulating clothes. Meanwhile, there are so many clothes in the wardrobe that you have not even worn in the last 3 or 4 years, that if you bring them bring them out, dry clean them, and they're going to look new again. This is what frugality is going to do for you. Personal savings and frugality, that is finances, conservation, and efficiency, are part of the money equation. You may not be able to control how much returns you have or whether your investments will do well or things like that. But you can control how you spend money. You can control what you do with your money. If you view building wealth as something that will require more money or big investment returns, you may become as pessimistic as the energy doomers were in the 1970s that, oh, there was going to be crisis. But the path forward looks hard and out of control if you make it look so. Right. But if you view it as powered by your own frugality and efficiency, the destiny is clearer. You have control over how you spend. So start doing that. Start saving. Wealth is the accumulation of all the money that you refuse to spend. The leftover, the assets that you buy. Delayed gratification, things that you can easily do now, but it's okay, let me wait. Let me rather put this money into landed property instead of buying that car, since my car is still serving me. Or I can still go to work easily, without stressing about transportation. That is wealth. More importantly, the value of wealth is relative to what you need. The same is true for incomes. Learning to be happy with less money creates a gap between what you have and what you want. Anytime you want something, ask yourself, why do you want it? Is it to impress people? Is it to let people know that you have arrived? Why do you want that thing? Do you really need it? Or do you just want it to show off so that people can see you, or it can be like, wow, that lady has money? A high savings rate means having lower expenses than you otherwise could. If you can reduce your expenses, the subscriptions that you don't need, yank them off. Like me, I used to subscribe to Netflix, but I yanked it off so many, I can even say years. It has run into years now. Because I discovered that I wasn't really having the time to watch movies on Netflix. So anytime I had the time, which was once in a blue moon, I have my sister's details. I'll just use her details. But when last did I even watch? There is no time. Probably last year I watched Netflix only once. Why should I subscribe to it? Things that you don't really need. Probably you eat out every now and then. You want people to see you in that restaurant, right? You can subscribe to cooking. That will last you for a while. More economical. You know how much it is now to buy a plate of food, right? Because everything has become so expensive. If you spend that same money, probably you can eat that food for like 3 days or something, like a pot of soup, for instance, right? These are the things that you need to look at. Lower your expenses so that you can save more money. Your savings go further than they would if you had spent more money. Right. There are so many times that we think, oh, if only I can save more, if only my investments can yield this and all of that. But if you reduce your expenses and pay more attention to how you spend money, you see that it is not even so hard. Past a certain level of income, what you need is just what sits below your ego. Sometimes we fuel our ego, and that is why we spend the money that we are not supposed to spend. Money that we're supposed to save and invest, we spend it because we are trying to prove a point. Everybody needs the basics. Now, once we attain the level of the basics, we can eat, we can afford accommodation, we can afford our transportation to work or buy a car or something like that, right? Once we are comfortable with the basics, every other thing that you need after that time is just to fuel your ego, to make you feel good, or to probably prove a point to people that are not even looking at you. And this is true for so many people. You ask yourself, why do you need that car? Why do you need to move out of your house to a bigger house? You may have good reasons, right? No doubt. But ask yourself before you do it, why do you need more clothes? Why do you need to buy a Jaguar instead of a Toyota Corolla? You know, these are some of the things you need to be asking yourself. After buying that Jaguar, do you have any money left that you can fall back on? Or you are going to go into your room and be eating cassava flakes for the next 1 year? Meanwhile, you want to be driving the Jaguar around to impress people. You don't really need that. Spending beyond the pretty low level of materialism is a reflection of ego, right? A way to spend money to show people that you have money. Think of it like this. And one of the most powerful ways to increase your savings is not to raise your income. It is to raise your humility. You need to start thinking, telling yourself, rather, that you don't care. You don't care. Somebody once told me that he wore a top and a pair of jeans to a wedding. You know what that means in Nigeria? Like when everybody is dressing so gorgeously in their agbada, with their gele, head tie. They dress so glamorously. And somebody is here wearing a top, a t-shirt on jeans. But the guy said he promised himself that he was not going to buy any clothes. If he appeared at your wedding and you don't like it, well, maybe you should not serve him food. But he has honored you by attending that wedding. Now, your own may not be that you are wearing t-shirts and jeans, but it may be that you are wearing that clothes that you already have in your wardrobe that looks good and presentable. You're not the one getting married. It doesn't make sense that you borrow money to attend somebody else's wedding. After the wedding, nobody remembers what you wore. And God help you that they did not even serve you food. You will blame yourself like, why did you do more than you could afford? So don't try to impress anybody. When you define savings as the gap between your ego and your income, you realize why many people with decent incomes save so little. Somebody who is not even well-to-do may be saving more than a banker. It all boils down to discipline, self-control, frugality, and so on. So people's ability to save is more in their control than they might think. It is not about the economy. It is not about your income. It is in your control. It is your choice. If you tell yourself that you can save from that your little income, then you can do it. But if you keep looking at the income and your expenses and the economy, you will never be able to save anything. And let me tell you, even if your salary is times 10 tomorrow, you may still not be able to save because things are not getting cheaper. Right? So savings can be created by spending less. You can spend less if you desire less. What you will not buy, don't go and smell it. Don't go to a luxurious shop and be smelling and be pricing the things that they have there. You tell yourself, I will not buy. It's just window shopping. You will buy. The sales girl will come to you and say, auntie, this one will fit your color. You've not met them. They are trained to help you spend your money. So once you see, don't even go. Or you say, I won't take my ATM card along. I won't. But you know that on your phone, your banking app is there. You will make the transfer. So don't even go at all. I like shopping. I like it a lot. It is one of my weak points. Don't just take me to where there are many, many good things. I'll be forced to buy. And let me now see that they are doing sales. Sometimes all those sales, they are lies. There are ways to help you get money, but let's not go there, right? So what I do to help control my spending, to discipline myself, is that I will not go. The other day they were doing, what do they call it? Trade fair around me where I lived, the advert was sold, the promo, the, PR was massive. It was round town, billboard everywhere on social media. There will be trade fair, come and buy. I did not go. In fact, I did not save any dates. I did not do anything. The pressure was massive, right? On a good day, I would have gone. But I guess I did not go. In fact, when the date came, it was like a day after the whole thing. It was for 3 days. A day after it had ended, and I was like, oh, okay. Oh, so this held already. I did not go because there was no way I would go without spending. Even if it's lipstick, I would buy. Is it lipstick that I don't have? The ones I have not even finished using them. Right? So desire less. And you will desire less if you care less about what others think of you. They're not going to pay your bills. So if they think that as long as you are presentable, that is what matters. And sometimes what I discovered is that clothing is about fitting. You can wear a cloth of 5,000 naira now. I can wear a cloth of 50,000 naira. If it doesn't match my shape, my stature and physique, your own is going to be look more, be more befitting than mine. People are going to be turning heads to look at you because it fits you so perfectly and everything. So it's not about how expensive. Look for your style. Look for the clothes that fit your stature. Rock it well and you are good to go. And as I argue often in this book, money relies more on psychology, not about your finance, not about your income. And you don't need a specific reason to save. Sometimes you think, oh, we're saving for that car or for the house or to go to school. Sometimes just save for saving's sake. No reason. Just save for saving's sake because it is good to save. Not because you are owing somebody or you want to buy something later. No, develop that habit. That's even the best time to save. When you don't have anything pursuing you, you are not under pressure, but you are still able to put money aside. You can call it emergency saving, you can call it whatever. And no emergency happens in the next 1 year. You see that you have saved a lot of money. You can take that money, now put it into a very profitable investment. And that is it. That flexibility and control over your time is an unseen return on wealth. Sometimes when you save without any pressure or anything, it helps you to have control over your time. You are not so desperate. You are not going to accept anything that comes your way. If you are fired at your current job, you are not desperate to move on to the next that doesn't align with your values or your purpose in life. But if you have not been saving, you don't have anything to fall back on. Anything that comes your way, you will accept it because you'll be thinking of the bills you have to pay. You'll be thinking of putting food on your table, how to keep your family going. That is why you need to save. Just save for raining days. And if there are no raining days, fine, you've saved. That is how to build wealth. It will help you to have control over your time. Where others are waking up at 4 a.m., you can decide to take up a job with a lower pay, but which will give you peace of mind, which will help you to have time for other things, to read books, to take that course, to develop your skill, instead of working from morning till night just for the peanuts. You don't even have time for your family because you really need that money. No, you don't have control over your time. And we have learned previously that this is one of the reasons why so many people are unhappy. So many people are unhappy. If you go and check how many people are very, very happy and fulfilled at the jobs that they do, a very small percentage. Yet, the streets are filled with people hurrying to go to work every morning. They've knocked their ties and all of that, carrying their briefcases or in their cars. If you go to Lagos, Third Mainland Bridge, if you don't pass there maybe around 6 a.m., forget it. You'll be stuck in traffic. God help you now get there around 7:38. Be ready to just sleep in traffic. That is just one of the many examples. And it's not peculiar to Nigeria. The first time I was in New York, I was asking myself, is this America? God. Is this America? The almighty America? Because the train that I entered in New York, it was standing, with people shoving and pushing one another. The train was filled up, jam-packed, smelly. People were rushing to go to work, trying to make ends meet. It was like Oshodi. If you know Oshodi in Lagos, it was like Oshodi. In those days, when people would enter Moluwa in Oshodi, it was like that. So it's not peculiar to Nigeria or Lagos or anywhere in Africa. It happens over there too, yes. But you not see some of these things on the news. I was like, is this really America? If they had closed my eyes and thrown me there and they say, open it, where are you? I wouldn't have said America because that was like, the train was in it, is it Manhattan or, no, not Manhattan. I can't remember now. Let me not say what I don't remember, right? Until I got to the very posh places, the place where I was going, Gong Gong. I was like, okay, now this is looking like America. And of course, the airport and everything. But that particular train station, it didn't look like it. All right, where are we? So there are some things that money cannot buy. There are some things that are incalculable. Incalculable. You cannot calculate it. You cannot calculate your freedom, your time, your happiness, right? So don't allow money to substitute all of those things. That's why you need to start taking control of your life. Save as much as you can. Invest as much as you can. You're still going to enjoy it later. Don't worry. Don't worry about death. God will bless you with long life. Don't worry about all of those things. Don't have that mentality that, let me eat it now. Let me spend everything now. That's not a good way to live, right? And that hidden return is becoming more important. These days, the world is hyper-connected. Unlike before, when the world was hyper-local, if you are very intelligent in your town, people will celebrate you, even though your intelligence is just average. People will celebrate you. The competition was less. Then, in those days, they'll be like, our son, our son. But these days, there are so many people who can do what you can do, especially jobs that have to do with thinking, professions, like you're a teacher, you're a journalist, you're a medical doctor, you're lawyers. I can live here now, go and work in America, or go and work in the UK. If they can't find somebody, a citizen there to do the job, they will hire a foreigner. That's the way it is. So we live So we live in a world that is so hyper-connected. So intelligence alone is not enough. It's not enough to say, oh, I am smart. You need something that is more than that. You need flexibility. You need some soft skills. You need communication skills. You need empathy. It's not just about your intelligence anymore. So take control of your life. Take control of your time. Instead of taking up that job that will just be giving you peanuts, as much as you can do it for a while. Don't lose your focus. While you're doing it, control your spending. Save as much as you can save so that you can get off that trap of that kind of job that is not allowing you space for personal growth and development. Now you can take another job that will allow you to go to school, take up that course, learn that skill, and make you a better person. Somebody said somewhere that any job you're doing, it is either you are earning or you are learning. So on your own job, you are not even earning. Not that they're not paying you, but the money is nothing to write home about. It can't even take care of you. And you're not even learning anything. It is a trap. If you need the money desperately, don't lose focus. Work at it for a while, because everybody has to start from somewhere, so that we don't give ourselves false hope. But don't lose focus. Save. Discipline yourself. It is not so hard to save as you think. It's not so hard. It's not so difficult. So control yourself. And before I go, you need to take action. This video or this particular review is not just for you to come and hear alone. You need to take action. So what are you going to be doing? If you're a Nigerian, there are so many apps that can allow you to save. There is Invest Nigeria, there is Cowrywise, there is PiggyVest. I'm sure there are so many others, but these are the three that are coming to my head right now. You can save on these apps and not just be saving. As you are saving, your money will be accruing interest, even though it may be small, but it's better than maybe keeping it in the bank where charges, they'll be removing charges every now and then, and the money is reducing. At least your money will not reduce. Then when you have a substantial amount, go and put it into a good investment. If you don't know the investment to put it into, come and ask me, right? So take action. Implement this thing. 2025 must be better for you. At the end of 2025, you will not be asking yourself, how did I even spend money this year? No. It's not a good thing to do. You must be accountable. You must keep records, right? And it is doable. Tell yourself, I will do it. It is possible. And God will help you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you very much. It's been an awesome time here, right? Please don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me, and please subscribe to this channel in case you are yet to subscribe. I remain Olaide Agbaje, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. I'll come your way again tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about reasonable rationale. That is another interesting one. You don't want to miss it. Until then, be intentional. Bye. Yes, you can do it. Thank you.